understand it like relay, bro. You ain't got it like this. Henny in my car park, see straight. Big fur jacket from eBay, looking timeless. I gotta let my skin fade marinate. We gotta toast up, celebrate. Everyone scream next up, but I'm the #1 candidate. Captain's armband, I'm making key plays. When I'm doing shows, gotta get it all prepaid. Fortune flavors, I'm on a tea break. No side, know about these ways. I gotta let my skin fade marinate. We gotta toast up, celebrate. Everyone scream next up, but I'm the #1 candidate. Starboy excellence. Them other guys irrelevant. They all on my I'm celibate. Zoe Kravitz half white, half melanin. Baby face and a white gold tooth cap. I treat the waiter nice, she love that. I mix the blueberry pie with cognac. It's not what I wear, it's how I rock that. If I can buy that twice, I'll cut that. Sweet 110, spot that, chop that. Tryna lock me, I had to tell her it's not that.
Yes, brother, you alright? I'm here for the spare room.
Feel ya.
He say, she say, getting no delay. Run it like relay, bro. You ain't got it like this. Henny in my car park, see straight. Big fur jacket from eBay, looking timeless. I gotta let my skin fade marinate. We gotta toast up, celebrate. Everyone scream next up, but I'm the #1 candidate. I'm a #1 like you say. Set pace. Used to kick ball on the estate back then. T90s with the Levi's matching. Rips in the denim, that's classic. These beats get wrapped like Futamaki. That's a sushi roll. I'm a young CEO. Gotta do as you're told. Gotta act your stat. Gotta play your role. I was OT, all shutting down shows from A to B. Long way to go. About time they know about me. Hello, the booty jiggling clap jello. I've been on top, where they at? Below, presidential flow, Marilyn Monroe. I got pounds, got euros, stacking them both. I'm with the he say, she say, getting no delay. Run it like relay, bro, you ain't got it like this. Henny in my car park, see straight. Big fur jacket from eBay, looking timeless. I gotta let my skin fade marinate. We gotta toast up, celebrate. Everyone scream next up, but I'm the #1 candidate. Captain's armband, I'm making key plays. When I'm doing shows, gotta get it all prepaid. Fortune flavors, I'm on a tea break. No side, know about these ways. I gotta let my skin fade marinate. We gotta toast up, celebrate. Everyone scream next up, but I'm the #1 candidate.
Cause I do the damn thing, so I guess the damn thing is getting done. I ain't popping champagne, this ain't a campaign. I ain't running, no, actually, you should run. No comparing, clearly you can't hang. Such a damn shame, man, you ain't never won. Life ain't a fair game, I'm just an airplane flying through. Maybe you should see if you can get you one. I'm not you, I'm not the rapper to talk to. I don't care about your story or the shit that you walk through. All true, I'm not doing what you all do. I'm the crack in the floorboard that you fall through. Fall to the basement where the concrete caught you. Now the foundation of my frustration haunts you. You can run all you want to. Clearly there ain't nothing here but these four walls. So what you gonna do? That was rhetorical. Check the rhetoric, graph, rapping historical. This is hysterical. Got a map to the oracle. Kick down the door or two, hijack the track, and I kidnap the world for you. Just snap in store for me. Get back, I forcefully push back. Get this lyrical slap perform for you. Yes, graph just orphan you. I cannot father you. What you ought to do? Suck a on the. Haven't seen anybody in it. Everybody thought it was finished, but I was busy getting done. Putting ducks in a and you know I would toes. Careful where I put my nose, about to twist one. Clouds forming in the sky, pens and pencils but the rise, no lie. You can watch the flow eclipse, son. Not the largest, not the hardest, not the smartest, but when we talking targets, best believe I fucking miss none. Lyrics observant, you call it lyrical servant to people in the feelings, and I'm just coming to hurt it. You through all the new shit I learned to do. I'm about to buy a tower, fuck your office and corner views. Here to do what I want, I don't need your approval. And I like my privacy, so fuck Alexa and Google. I'm just trying to nail my point like fingertips at a beauty. And the whole team gets a plate, no more oodles and noodles. I've been working on my craft, no more stuck up in the past, no more feeling like a trapped. Yeah, it's time for me to make moves. Everyone has an agenda, January to December. It's a must you remember, can't f with fake dudes. Keep my head up in the clouds, yeah, I'm walking through the cloud. Pockets thinking from the loud, I'ma skate through. I'ma be me, all that I can be, cause no matter what you do, somebody gonna hate you. I came to do the damn thing, cause I do the damn thing, so I guess the damn thing is getting done. I ain't popping champagne, this ain't a campaign. I ain't running, no, actually, you should run. No comparing, clearly you can't hang. Such a damn shame, man, you ain't never won. Life ain't a fair game, I'm just an airplane flying through. Maybe you should see if you can get you one.
Go ahead. Cowards say that I'm not strong because I'm not like you. Go ahead and call me crazy cause I live in a maze. Tell me, how about you? I think I live in my head. Sometimes I think that I'm dead. I hide behind my youth. No, I've been losing my mind and I'm a little behind. Step aside my shoes, cause I never been happy with myself. And I don't need no one feeling bad for me, trying to offer me pity and throw jabs at me. Wanna give me advice and then laugh at me behind closed doors. Just close the door and let me be by myself. Just me and myself. I'm tired of living, I cry. I hear it's easy to die, I wanna see for myself. And I know that sounds crazy to everyone else, but I'm depressed as fuck, stressed as fuck. Ain't no medicine that can cure what's intense as drugs. I need extra love, and that ain't even enough. So that ain't even enough, and where the fuck is God? Damn. Maybe I ain't believing enough, but today we gonna see if he's real. And if he is, then I guess I'm probably going to hell. Look, I ain't wanna die like this. I ain't picture my life like this. They don't know what it's like this. Pretending I'm happy so I can smile like this and laugh like you. Sometimes I wonder if I ever act like you. Could I finally fit in and maybe relax like, ooh? Or would you feel lost without me? Cause honestly, I think the world is better off without me and my mind spinning. This is the line finish. Truth is I don't care how they feel about my feelings. I made up my mind. I'm going out like Robin Williams. I guess I'm not the ordinary people of John Legend. And I've been suicidal since the day I was 9. Shit. Okay, the day I was 9. I've been tired of being bullied, couldn't stay out the fire. Grandma told me I should take it one day at a time. And damn it, look at me now. Fuck. Pen running out. Shit. Look, just know it's a new day, but if you're reading this, then it's probably too late. Just make sure you tell my family it's okay. I'm sorry, but it's too late. I'm sorry, so much waiting on me. I don't wanna live to see another day. I'm sorry, but I can't stay. I'm sorry, so much waiting on me. Just make sure you tell my family it's okay. I'm sorry, but it's too late. I'm sorry, so much waiting on me. I don't wanna live to see another day. I'm sorry, but I can't stay. I'm sorry, so much waiting on me. What you wanted, I hope you finally happy. It's too late for you. Been going out of my mind. You don't know how many times that I done prayed for you. I hope you hear me, goddammit, cause I got so much shit that I wanna say to you. I used to shine, now I'm all in the dark. I remember I used to tell you to follow your heart, but goddammit, look at you now, it's all your fault. How could you? Maybe it's my fault. I should've paid more attention to what you been doing. Maybe I should've been more of an influence. I can't believe that you're dead. I read your letter and all I could do is have mixed feelings about it. But I'll forever be attached to you. Damn. Part of me feels bad for you. A part of me feel like you weak and I'm mad at you. And I don't mean to be insensitive, but I don't understand how we couldn't prevent this shit. You took the easy way out. God damn it, you did. I mean, look what you did. I'm so fucking upset. How could you be so selfish? Nigga, how could you be so selfish? Now you're gone, you done left me so helpless. I wonder what God thinks. I hope you in God's place behaving yourself. Yo, what the fuck you gotta say for yourself? Look, I really feel lost without you. I hate the fact you think the world is better off without you. On my mind spinning, this is the line finish. Truth is, I don't care how you feel about my feelings, and I'd be lying to you if I told you I'm fine. Listen, I know that you can hear me. All I need is like 5 minutes. I just wanna reach inside the casket and pull you out. I'm sorry, this is something that we both couldn't figure out. I wish I could hear you now. Is your soul missing? I wonder if you could do it again. Would you do it different? Tell me what death is like. Was it meant for you, Brody? Did the heavens support it? Are you fucking happy now? Did you get what you wanted? Isn't this what you wanted? I feel the temperature falling and you've been suicide. Back then you were not. Yeah, even back then you was not. We was living on the edge, couldn't stay out the fire. Grandma told us we should take it one day at a time, and damn it, look at you now. Shit. But it's a new day, and if you can't hear me, then it's probably too late. Fuck!
Just make sure you tell my family it's okay. I'm sorry, but it's too late. I'm sorry, so much waiting on me. I don't wanna live to see another day. I'm sorry, but I can't stay. I'm sorry, so much waiting on me. Just make sure you tell my family it's okay. I'm sorry, but it's too late. I'm sorry, so much waiting on me. I don't wanna live to see another day. I'm sorry, but I can't stay. I'm sorry, so much waiting on me. Just make sure you tell my family it's okay. I'm sorry, but it's too late. I'm sorry, so much waiting on me. I don't wanna live to see another day. I'm sorry, but I can't stay. I'm sorry, so much waiting on me. Just make sure you tell my family it's okay. I'm sorry, but it's too late. I'm sorry, so much waiting on me. I don't wanna live to see another day. I'm sorry, but I can't stay. I'm sorry, so much waiting on me.
Can anybody out there hear me? Hear me? 'Cause I just wanna
On this team, we fight for that itch. On there ourselves and everyone else around us to pieces for that itch.
Coming in at 320 kilobytes per second. It's time for Mattie C's Sports for you and me.
What the fuck is up? They ain't touching me for nothing. Gang shit is not my business. I ain't not the one to fuck with.
All right, everybody, Mattie C Sports. I'm here with a special guest. This guy right here, his first fight was my first media outlet interview at CES. That was, what was that, Tom?
2021.
2021.
Yeah.
And now he's here, present day. We're still going, bro.
Yeah.
So I got Tom Pagliarulo here with me. He had to train me on how to say his last name. So thank you, brother.
Yeah.
So how you doing on this lovely morning, man?
I'm good, man. Just another Saturday. We spar on Saturdays, so I got sparring in like an hour and a half, 2 hours. So yeah, just another morning for me on Saturday, getting ready to train.
Now you got a special thing going on because your teammate Rob Font's going into the octagon tonight to face
Mhm.
Gene
Mhm.
Matsumoto. Defeating Rob Font is a banger himself. So, bro, what do you think of that one?
Yeah, yeah, man. I think dude's record can be intimidating, right? You see 16-0, you're like, oh, geez.
Oh yeah,
But if you look at like a lot of these guys coming over from these other countries, they kind of have these padded records like that. They get these 16-0s, and it's like the guys they're beating aren't really the greatest. But you know, for me, it's like I always look at what do the last two fights look like. He's 2-0, 2-0 in the UFC, but he's fought some like entry level UFC guys who've never cracked the rankings or nothing. And he had some tough fights. He won some decisions, but they were tough fights. And to go from that, and now your third fight is against a dude who's been in the top 10 in the world for the past, what, like 6 years?
yeah.
That's a big step up, man. You know, I think obviously 4-ounce gloves, anyone's a threat. The kid's short, stocky, he's going to throw bombs the whole time. But I truly believe Rob can do whatever he wants to this dude when he wants, and he's just got to believe it. You know what I mean? You go in there with that mindset and like you truly believe you can do that to this kid, he's unstoppable.
And it's unreal, man. I mean, you got Rob coming in there. You just had Connor fight. Wasn't the decision he wanted, but
Hmm.
the fight game happens, and Mitch Raposo is fighting soon as well. So it's good to see all you New England guys come in and representing the MMA world and going into the highest level in the UFC. And along with the New England region, you guys fighting. And I mean, you just had a victory over Don Shannis, a former um, UFC vet, and he had some fights going on. And power to you guys. Great fight with you guys. Love Don. Love seeing you fight as always. And man, what a banger that was for you and to get that hardware. How'd you feel after that fight, man?
Yeah. It felt good I feel like in my career, like I've had like a good progression of fights and like the level of competition, you know. I've fought some tough dudes, and I've had a few tests where like I fought Nate Garib on 2 days' notice. I came up short in a split decision. I fought for a belt against a Contender Series winner last November, and was having a great fight, and then just got caught in submission. So I was like going to that fight, I was like, man, every time I've gotten these like big moment tests, it's like I've come up a little short. So in my head, I was like, I'm not coming out of here failing this test. Like I'm ready. I knew I was ready. Those other ones, it was like I knew I could win them, but I don't think like mentally and just where I was in my career, I was ready for like that level yet. But I think this past year, like the growth I've made mentally and then just physically too with my skills, I knew going into that fight, not only could I win, but I could dominate. And I truly believed it. You know, a lot of guys say that shit, but I don't know how much they really believe it. But going in that fight, like I know if I put my hands on this kid, I'm gonna stop him. If we gotta wrestle, I'm gonna out wrestle him. Like I'm pretty complete now. And yeah, it just felt good to feel that after like, man, I did it, I passed it, and like if I want to be in the UFC, that's how you got to beat guys like Don. Like decisions are cool, like a win would have been cool, but like to go in there and stop them decisively in the first round and kind of put on a clinic, like man, like that's what I got to keep doing to get my call up. So felt really good.
And man, like I said, I love both y'all. And I've been following your career for a long while now. And you've had some injuries, and but when you go into that cage, man, like your speed is incredible, man. Like you just go and you just start going, and it's
Yeah.
not like you just go and you don't have a plan. You're more strategic, but you still have the speed, which is UFC level like speed, and it's crazy to
Hmm.
see. And you haven't lost that ever since I've seen you fight. Even your first fight, I believe that was a quick one. That was under a minute, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so consistently, so obviously that means you're in the gym consistently. How often would you say you're in the gym, or do you
Six
or do you
days a
rent
week.
space?
Yeah, I'm in there pretty much 6 days a week. Monday through Thursday, it's two times a day, the day before sparring. So I do my little prep for sparring, and then I was even a schedule in camp as we like who I'm fighting, and the intensity rises a little bit, right? If you're just at that fight camp intensity year round, that's when you start. That's what I learned. You start getting hurt, you start burning out a little bit. So I'm not one of those guys who gets like motivated by fights or like, oh, this could be coming up. This could be like, I just like learning. You know what I mean? I like being in the gym. I love learning. I love getting better. And that's what motivates me. And then the fighting's just a bonus, man. So like, I have everyone asking me right now, like, when are you fighting again? When's this? Like, I got a manager to handle that. You know what I mean? When he tells me I'm going, I'm going. My head's just get in the gym. Let's keep working on my skills, getting better. And I almost like that feeling like, hey Tom, you're up. This guy, this day, go. And it's like, oh, it's like they know I'm ready, and I know my coaches are confident in me to train this way. And it's a little less stressful. You know, you start thinking about names and fighting here and there. It's like you lose sight of the real important thing, and that's getting better at fighting, right? None of that shit
Right.
matters if you're not getting better. So that's where my head's at.
And with that, that I'm sure there's a lot of like not overthinking, but more like you said, like instead of worrying about who's next, you're more in the present where you're like, okay, so I'm gonna keep training until my manager gets me something going, and I'm not gonna worry about a particular fighter until the fight happens. So with that being said, like what keeps you like grounded and motivated to just continue working and then trust the process?
Yeah, I think that comes with experience. You know what I mean? Like you said, like not overthinking. Like, dude, I'm the king of overthinking. Like everything in my life. You know, like I do
I
that
don't
shit
know.
all the
We're
time.
we're we're both in the two different kingdoms of overthinking, bro.
Yeah, man. It's just it's experience, I think. And like I've learned to really like kind of recognize I'm going to do that, but like how to turn it off, you know? Everyone does it, especially in this sport. Like fighting is scary. Like knowing on a certain day. It's not like I try and explain to my friends this way. Like it's not like a street fight where like something goes off and like you guys get into it and it's done, right? Like imagine that build up before you were to get into like a scrap in the street, but now put 3 months of a hold on that, like 2 months of a hold, right? Now you know on this date there's this anticipation of fighting
Right.
someone and they want to fight you. So it's like that's the fear, I guess, right? The fear is anticipation. For me, it's not so much fear of like, oh, I'm gonna get hurt, this could happen, you know. That is what it is. It's more like the anticipation of it. And I guess you deal with that by being prepared, you know. So I guess
Yeah.
that keeps me in the gym, like knowing how do I deal with the fear. It's just being ready, right? And that it's never gonna go away. That's like a chemical thing, you know, like that fight or flight response. But I think with experience, you learn to deal with all this shit, and you just learn to manage it a little better. You know, Rob Font used to tell me when I first started, 'cause I'd get real nervous, and he'd be like, "Look, like I still get the butterflies. We all get the butterflies." He's like, "You gotta just make them fly in formation," and that kind of stuck with me.
Oh,
It's like, all right, like, this isn't going away. You just learn to navigate it, right? It's like you learn to make it feel as normal as it can on that night, and you know, once you get in there, like that's the easy part. It's just all the beforehand. Um, that's kind of my answer to that.
I love it, man. I love it. And Rob Funk, more props to you on that little thing right there, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the mental genie, man. That guy, he dropped some little gems in me that have stuck with me since, man, I started working with him as an amateur. It just took me a little while to figure him out. You know, he can give me all the tools and the gem, but I got to figure it out for myself. And I'm just kind of coming into that now, and I think he recognizes that. I'm recognizing that. It's like, all right, now it's gonna get dangerous. Like now I'm gonna start turning it up on these guys and believing in myself.
And that's what I respect about Rob in general. I haven't talked to him yet, but just
Mhm.
the way he presents himself, and a family man, like goes to the gym, trains hard, fights hard, like and I know that inspires you a little bit, and and you're trying to form your own legacy in fighting. So what motivates you, like I know you were very emotional after the fight, and you thanked your wife, of course, which is a big thing. And my wife is like she's the one that controls my like craziness and OCD and all that crazy stuff. So I mean, is it like the family that keeps you going outside of the cage and training?
Yeah, like I kind of touched on after the fight. Like I just got a real good support system. You know, obviously my wife, like she's with me every day. So yeah, she helps me navigate that stuff, and it's just like my friends. I don't know. Everyone kind of is good at. My friends aren't really like into fighting that much, which I think helps. You know, like they're
Yeah.
into it because of me. They come watch because I'm doing it. But like outside of the gym, or if I'm not watching film and stuff, like I'm not really focusing on fighting. It's like I'm focusing on quality time of just like enjoying the company I'm with and our other passions and hobbies, you know. And I think that's a big thing for me because if it's just like you're at the gym and it's like bringing work home, you come home and you're just fight, 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 like that's all you're thinking about. That's that anticipation thing we were talking about. The overthinking happens, right?
Mm,
So I think like outside of the gym, that's what keeps me calm. And then what motivates me, honestly, man, like yeah, I wanna build a great life for me, my wife, and you know maybe we have kids someday, like have that going. You know, that's kind of where my head's been at. But also like I'm a lifelong competitor, man. I think that's my biggest motivator is like
yeah,
I've been wrestling since the fourth grade. I've been competing my whole life and I just love to compete. You know, that's kind of my drive. Like I think you see it when I'm in there. Like I love being in there.
absolutely.
And, I that's my biggest motivator. Like I want to just compete at the highest of levels. I want to compete against the best in the world and prove that I belong there. So right now that's kind of my biggest motivator is start doing this for me a little more. You know what I mean? To reach the things I want to reach.
And that's the greatest thing about MMA as a sport. You know, when I first started doing media and doing boxing and doing MMA stuff, I met a lot of good fighters on the way. You know, shout out to Valdina, Peter Barrett, actually Don Chanis. The names go on, and I mean boxing. My buddy Jalen Renard is fighting tonight in Foxwoods for CES, and you know, I learned a lot of good life lessons. And, you know, I got my family as a tribe, but I also have the combat sports as a tribe. And that's what I love about this sport. Everybody's like, oh, they're mean. And that's just a stereotype. You know, actually listen to these guys, listen to these women who fight on a level. These people all have kids. They all have, you know, you got your bike, you got, you know,
Yeah.
you got everything, you know, and you know, besides fighting, you know, man, like Tom, I wanted to ask you, like, with the mental health stuff, like, what caused you to like try to better yourself mentally in your life?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you can relate. It's a shitty way to live. You know,
Yeah, bro.
it's a tough
Yeah.
way to live, just feeling like that all the time. And you know, I've gotten better over the years for sure, like figuring out how to deal with it. You know, we've all hit our lows. Again, like going back to Rob, I think that's kind of the start of when like kind of started to learn to deal with it. You know, he's not like a therapist, obviously, but just having like a mentor in my life, right? And he kind of just built my confidence up. I think that was one thing I've always kind of struggled with is just like confidence. And he says it all the time. He's like, I tricked you into believing like you're this good, and then like he doesn't even know what he's done for me outside of fighting, like, as far as like just my confidence as a person and just like waking up a little more motivated each day. You know what I mean? He kind of built that in me. But obviously, like there's a lot of work I have to do on my own, and that's kind of this past year I realized that like, man, you got to treat the mental game like it's part of your training. And to go where I want to go in this sport, and just to live a better life, like I had to do that. And so my wife kind of encouraged me too, you know, supported me to go get into therapy and stuff and try that. And it helps, man. Like it helps a ton. And my therapist, like he loves the fighting thing too now. Like he's never worked with a fighter or anything like that. And just like the conversations we have and how he's like learning to navigate this with me, it's like feels like another like layer of training for me. So it's extra special like that. Like man, going into that fight, we like planned my thoughts for the week and like my camp and like
Oh
for
shit.
both outcomes. Like we were planning like this is if I have this thought, like the scary thought, like let's address it. Let's not try and like bottle it up. You know what I mean? And then just like obviously my outside of fighting shit, my life shit, like we're dealing with that too. And yeah, man, I think a clear mind is a dangerous mind. You know, and I think there's a stigma around like it's getting better, I think, but like men's mental health has kind of been like, oh, you got to be this tough guy, you got to ball it up, like you deal with it in private. But I don't know, man. I don't buy into that shit. I think everyone needs a shoulder to lean on sometimes, and I think if I could, like I said, like using that platform for me was like, you just watch me knock a dude out who's one of like the baddest dudes in the area in a cage. It's like I'm supposed to be this macho guy in there, and now I'm telling you like, hey, this is all right. You know, I just feel like it hits closer to home a little bit, maybe. I definitely got some messages after from people like saying that. So, yeah, man, it's not like that wasn't for me. That was just to try and help people. You know what I mean? I'm trying to like use it to like as like a marketing thing. It's like I genuinely mean this shit. Like it'll make your life better, and you just got to believe in yourself. That's the big thing. Believe in yourself that you can do the work, and it's okay to do the work and rely on like the people around you to fall back on, and shit can change.
And I totally agree with you, man. I mean, I also have a therapist too, and it's like sometimes you just need that, you have a wife just like you and I, you have your kid or whatever, and then you have this, you know, not so much outsider, but somebody who's going to listen to you at a different pace, at a different style, where it's like you don't have to do a holy confession, but you're kind of like telling how you're feeling, what you're doing, and then they give you the tools to work till the next session or to whatever you need to have in your life. And it's such a great thing, and I recommend it to anybody. And like you said, I was in a dark headspace myself for a long while, and then with the birth of my daughter and getting into running, I mean, training your mind in running is just, I don't even feel like I'm moving my feet, bro. I feel like I'm just going along the way. Like, no, I have no different mental health issues while I'm running. And that's not to say like I'm trying to be a spokesperson for mental health. I'm saying like there's outlets to this, maybe fighting is for you, and then for me it's running, and it all coincides to where you got to keep your mind set first before anyone else, anything else, and then you can help everybody. And that's the best thing. I like when you said all you said during Cage Titan 69, I was like, damn, like he's another one that kind of understands like how to mentally get yourself like fit, like cleaned up, and like just kind of like a recharge type of deal. And it, I will say, Tom, it meant a lot when you told me you remembered exactly who I was, what we were doing at the first fight you were at, and I was like, damn, he remembers me from that fucking long. I was like, shit. But yeah,
Yeah,
man,
man, it's a career ahead.
yeah, and I was like, damn, like this guy is an actual person and not, like they say, like this, like stereotype, like, oh, he's a fighter. Don't go to him like that. They're scary people.
Yeah.
Nah, they're one of the nicest people in the world, nicest people. And so with that being said, like, do you feel like your mental state has improved a hell of a lot more going to therapy and going and trying to better yourself besides just concentrating on fighting?
100%, man. And I think the big thing people got to recognize is it's not going to be like a light switch goes off and oh, I'm better. You know what I mean? It doesn't work like that. That's how I explain training too. Like people who are new with me, it's like they kind of expect like it's like a switch and they get the move and now it works. It doesn't work like that. And your mental health is the same. I'm not just going to flip a light switch and you're going to feel better. It's going to be, ups and downs and peaks and valleys, and that's just how it is, man. It's accepting that a little bit, you know what I mean, and knowing that's okay. One thing that I've talked about a lot with my therapist is like you can't look at the way you start labeling things. That's important, right? Like I'm an anxious person. That's just who I am. That doesn't have to be a bad thing. You know what I mean? That's part of what makes me good at what I do is because it's like it channels me to want to like perfect things and be the best at what I do, right? It's what wakes me up in the morning, but it's not letting it get to that unhealthy part, right? And it's just recognizing it, like recognizing your patterns and things that are causing you to kind of fall into those valleys, right? And then having a plan to get out of them and address it and just face it head on. I think that's kind of like we talk about fighting is kind of like an outlet. I think outlets are important, but you also got to be able to just sit with it too, right? Because those outlets aren't permanent. And what are we gonna do when those things aren't there? What am I gonna do when I'm not fighting someday, right? So that's important, and that's where it gets tricky. But with the right work, man, like it's almost like a little chess match with yourself, like
Yeah.
it's almost like it's fucked up as it sounds. It's almost fun for me to navigate this shit now. Like I'm recognizing like, oh, this is what's causing me to feel like this. So this is like a pattern for me, right? So I gotta address it and just deal with your thoughts differently, I'm making it sound a lot easier than it is, but it's okay for it to be hard. It's okay for it to take a long time, and the harsh reality is sometimes it's never going to go away, right? But you just learn how to deal with it. And I think finding little things to put in life to make it easier is there's nothing wrong with that. And yeah, that's kind of what I got on that.
And dude, you're like hitting the nail right on the head, man. So it's like that's the best thing is like you learn life lessons from people too. And you know, with me, one thing stuck with me. You know, I kind of get in these phases like, you know, what if this, what if that, like where my mind's going crazy, like that fucking cartoon Inside Out too. My daughter makes me watch that shit all the fucking time. But the
I love it,
anxiety
bro.
just going around, the anxiety just fucking going crazy
Yeah.
in there and shit, bro. Like, but the thing is, there is no what if. Like I got a good lesson from a hockey player, former Stanley Cup champion. This guy Theo Fleury told me, you know, the past is depression, the future is anxiety, and to just stay in the present.
I've heard that one too. I love that one. I try and dude, I tell myself that all the time. You know, I was telling myself that going to this fight, right? It's kind of like everyone asks you right after you win a fight, what's next? What's next? It's like no one's focused on like I'm just gonna be present in this moment for the night. You know what I mean? Because like looking ahead, like you said, man, that makes you anxious. You start dwelling on your past and be like losses and stuff. That's like and that's one of those things when I feel myself in those little like spirals, right? It's that I tell myself that same thing. I'm thinking about something in the future that's not important right now, you know? And if I'm like if I'm like feeling upset, it's probably because I'm dwelling on something that's not even existing right now. So yeah, man, just staying present. One tool I try and use is like all you really have control of is the next 15 minutes of your life, right? Like realistically, that's all you're in control of. So try and just focus on that. What can I do to control these next 15 minutes? You know? But yeah, I love that quote, man. That's a good one.
Yeah, man. And you know, it was funny that I won't say who, you know, was saying that you were being called out. Literally, you just got out of the fucking cage. You come in and they're like, this person called you out. I was like, and I'm not gonna say who, but I just thought it was funny. I'm like, bro, the guy just got out of a championship fight. You want to talk about that already? I just thought it was funny to where
Yeah,
you just
you
kind of
know,
composed yourself and laughed about it after.
just trying to get the next beat.
So I mean, so Tom, going forward, like what I know we talked about that, but like your realistically goals for this year, what are you thinking for this year? Like just as like a small thing, you know, I'm not gonna say, do you want to do 5 fights? Do you want to do 6? Like
Yeah,
mentally and in the sport of
yeah,
MMA,
yeah.
what's your goals this year?
Yeah, man. You know, I realistically like I want to be like 10-2, right? Like that's the number I have in my head. Like if I'm 8-2 right now, like 2 more wins, I feel like like that 10th win is like you're like a seasoned fucking vet. You know, like you're pretty deep in your career. But that's me playing the numbers game. Realistically, man, I just want to keep improving, keep winning these fights in the ways I'm winning them, and just like I'm learning how to have fun in there, and just keep doing that. You know, like the win I just got kind of puts me in a good position, right? Things could come up, short notice calls, UFC contender series this summer. Um, I do truly believe if I got that call up right now, like I am ready. I know I can go do what I just did to some of these best guys in the world. I know I can go win fights in the UFC. I think I'm the guy from New England to like get there right now from the next generation and stay there. I know I am. I know my coaches know that too. Like I'm that guy, and I'm just want to show that. Would I like another fight or two? Hell yeah. You know, all experience is good experience before you get there. But I'm truly confident in myself to get that call up and go perform how I've been performing. So I'm just taking it one day at a time, man. And right now it's Saturday, it's sparring day. I'm gonna do that, and then just keep on training. And when the call comes, whoever it is, I'll be ready for it.
Hell yeah, bro. And I can't wait to see it, man. So my final thing, man, is you know, to anybody looking out, you know, as in an outlet. What's your advice to people who are like not either way, in particular, looking out but they don't want to say anything, or people who are trying to get the resources but don't know how? What would your advice be?
Yeah. So I guess that first step is like the hardest step, right? At least for me, it was like making that move to like go get help, you know, like I don't know. I'm a very like independent person. I don't like to rely on people for help a lot. I like to kind of do things for myself, and I don't know. And that's me. That's part of my little thing is like I guilt myself, you know. So it's like making that first step. Find a way to make that easier. Find a way to have a conversation with someone close to you to encourage you to go do it. And it could be like maybe it's online. You know, they have services where you can just like text someone, you know, and have a conversation that way. For me, like I can tell people how I did it. I just went to my physician and had a conversation with him, you know, and this is where I lucked out. Like you're not gonna find maybe someone right away that like you click with, but like I happen to have my physician, my doctor, like we have a really good relationship, like, and I can go to him and have this conversation. And I just started it like that, you know what I mean? And he was like, let me put you in contact with someone who I think would be a good fit, and they're right in his office. So I just go to my physician's office and I do it there. It's like a one-stop shop for me. I can see my doctor, I can see my therapist, and I go there every other week. It doesn't have to be like, I think people think like, oh, I gotta do this thing like every day or every week. Like start slow. For me, it's like I like to be a little more consistent with it, because it's like I said, it's like training for me. I enjoy it, you know what I mean? It's like mental training for me. So I'm there like every other week. I always make sure I have 2 appointments on the book. But yeah, I mean that's kind of my philosophy, and don't let anyone like discourage you from it, right? I think if you're having second guesses about it, or like you're anxious or all this stuff, I guarantee you're spending a lot of time on social media, you're reading all this crazy shit. People are saying, like, telling you how to think, right? Social media is a crazy thing. You go on there, it's people just telling you how to think. Like it's not good, man. I try and limit myself on there. I'm guilty of it all the time, just like scrolling through there. But turn that shit off, sit down with your thoughts, think about like what do you want to do, not the person you're seeing on a screen's telling you how to think. Like think for yourself a little more, and just believe in yourself. There's nothing wrong with it. Take that jump, and if it's not for you, you don't gotta do it. But I guarantee you, like 99% of the time, it's gonna help. That's my advice.
That's some good ass advice, bro. And I will put into that, like you said, like you're not gonna, if you find the first one and you're turned off by the person who you want to be your therapist, that's not your therapist. Sometimes it takes 2, 3, 4, whatever the fuck it means, by any means necessary to better your health, find that person, because there is somebody out there. And as me and you are talking, we found those people, but you got to do the work, you know? So, man, I appreciate the hell out of it, man. Tom, it's been such a good interview with you, man. And basically, I know you just talked about social media, but how can everybody follow you and keep up on the Tom Pag story?
Yeah, man. Pretty much most of my stuff is on just Instagram. It's just at Tom Pags. Pretty simple. Following along there. Social media is a little fun game to play. I try and keep. I gotta be better about putting my training shit. I never like. I have like a rule with myself where like phones aren't allowed on the mats. You know what I mean? Like in the training room, like maybe that's the wrestler in me. In college, it used to be like the phone goes in the locker room and you don't bring that shit up in the wrestling room. We're training. But everyone's messaging me. I get so many messages, dude, like post some training videos. We want to see you train. So I'm gonna try and be a little better about that. But other than that, man, yeah, follow me on there for some updates. I'm on Twitter too, kind of. I don't really post, but I'm on there. It's at TomPags_MMA. Follow me there if you want. But other than that, man, yeah, just keep your eyes out for something soon. Hopefully we get booked again soon, and keep the train rolling.
Please let me know when your next one is, bro, and keep that mindset intact, man. And I'm happy for you, bro, and I can't wait to see you fight again. And everybody, this is Tom Pagliarulo.
Boom, nailed it, bro. That was
nailed it. Fucking right, I nailed it.
Perfect.
So everybody, Mattie C Sports, and you'll catch this very soon, and we'll let you know. But everybody have a good day, and enjoy your sparring today, brother.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Thanks for watching Mattie C Sports. Follow Mattie C Sports Sports on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Also follow Matt Cameron 23 on X.
What the fuck is up? They ain't touching me for nothing. Gang shit is not my business. I ain't not the one to fuck with. I bring the flow with lyrical stamina, rapping a million miles. One point I'm an animal, then I'm a cannibal, taking my pick and I pounce.
Mattie C Sports is a co-Sinista1 production.